Bucking around. Fuck off.
Why did you announce it?
Bucking around the back. Part 4. We've flown through this evening. I mean, obviously these come out in segments, but we've absolutely smashed this tonight. It's gone, the coffee's flying, conversation's flying.
The farts are flying.
Mitch is floating.
You horrific man. You are horrific.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's outing you tonight as well. He's really gone for you this evening.
Yeah.
Not me.
Listen, if I got to deal with it, so have they.
He's come in dressed like a burglar and he's just stolen your dignity from you. Live on YouTube.
No.
Anyway, before we go down that rabbit hole, we were getting into some really interesting stuff at the end of part 3 that I feel like we need to discuss now. So, like, deep shit. So you brought up pharaohs and the Egyptians and stuff.
Aliens.
Yeah. So, like, from what I know about, and we've all seen that video of the scientist who's talking about the pyramids and sort of like how that happened, and he's like, literally nobody on earth can explain how the pyramids got there. And like, he talks about how this concept that we're taught in school, that they're built by slaves and stuff, is like impossible because it's built to such perfect architectural parameters, and like it's built to literally like fit with the earth, and like the way that the earth is rotating and everything, like to a perfect degree, and how it would have been impossible at that point in history
To pinpoint that.
And to understand it. And the fact that they're saying that he said we can't do that now with the technology that we've got, so how all that time ago, like the size and the scale and everything of these pyramids is just not, like, it's not fathomable. Like, I struggled with that word, didn't I?
Got it.
But do you know fathomable? Yeah, I did all right, didn't I? Hey, thanks for backing me up. You gave me a second chance, and I appreciate it. That's why you're a co-host.
Yeah, that's true.
And that we can take the mick out of you quite regularly.
Oh yes,
that's in there too.
So where is this? Where can I find this? I've not seen it.
It's about a 5-minute video, and it's of a scientist who talks about the fact that he's like, we cannot explain how the pyramids were built. Like, it's not possible to come to a conclusion. We can't understand it.
the video's called
Aliens Did It! And he said that's why it forces him, and he's like a professional scientist. He said that forces me to believe that we have
I don't believe it.
What do you think they were made for?
that we have a lost civilization. And he said that's the only conclusion you can come to on that.
They look pretty, and I think it's all a bit random, really, at the end of the day, isn't it? Just throw them up there. That'll do.
No, but that's the point.
That's the whole point. It's
It
built.
wasn't just thrown.
It's built perfectly.
Yeah, no, it was.
If it-
It's just coincidence.
think about-
lined up to everything.
Quinkydink.
Think about how old they are, and
They're not that old.
They're still standing. Like, I don't know the dates and everything, but they are like,
Your old work.
they're fucking old.
You are hard work.
Aliens don't exist.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
Ghosts
they
don't
absolutely
exist. Aliens
Do you?
don't exist.
Okay, so do you believe that our Earth is the only inhabitable planet
Yes, because
in
it's
the
flat.
entire universe? Right, you're just being a dick now.
Bro, if our world was like a sphere, as you lot would say, why are our shoes flat, not like that?
You are a fucking spoon, aren't you? How long have you had that saved up, just waiting for someone to make a flat Earth joke, just so that you could make a fucking weird thing about shoes? Seriously though, like,
That is ledge.
in historic times where they didn't have the technology to kind of see where the Earth went, when like Columbus just fucked off into the ocean, and some guys, like brave fuckers, got on his boat with him and were like, either we find something incredible here or we just fall off the side of the Earth. That's quite a
We
50.
still take that risk today.
There's quite a 50-50 split, that, isn't it? It's like, Columbus
I
is
missed
like,
America.
when Columbus is like, we're gonna, because a lot of people thought he was mental, and he was just literally sailing off into the distance, and they genuinely thought that he might just fall off the side. I mean, that's kind of like, I'm not sure I'd have got on the boat, to be honest.
I reckon he had a hunch.
You reckon
No, what gave it away?
aliens. Columbus
No,
was.
like, obviously, you think we've been on this earth for like a certain period of time.
Mm-hmm.
What's to say we haven't been on this earth?
2008, 19 years.
Yeah, +5. But like, what's to say we wasn't here longer than that? What's to say we wasn't here before Jesus?
Do you? How do you feel about the idea of like lost civilization, that we've started again at some point? So we say we could have been at one point further than we are now, like technology wise, and like had it wiped out and started again.
More like wireless charging of devices.
and Wi-Fi everywhere you go.
Wi-Fi everywhere you go.
Wi-Fi.
So I had an interesting conversation with somebody once who said that like because I believe that there are other like Earths, like the way that we are, that like people live on.
I love how you described that, other Earths.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, like
He doesn't even believe in himself.
Other inhabitable planets in like far away, because I think
there must be.
Yeah, I think it's
must be.
ridiculous.
100%.
It's ridiculous to believe that we are the only, because if you think,
Playing the other outside.
yeah, just it's annoying me a little bit as well.
People agreeing with each other and sucking each other's dicks.
But he said like if there were other Earths, the idea that some of them would be like further ahead or further behind than we are. So you'd have like some that are still like in caveman times, and you'd have others that are like way further ahead, like scientifically.
Yeah, because you can't predict what's going to happen. Predict? No, that's wrong. What I'm saying.
Yeah, predict.
No,
Yeah.
because you can't invent things all at the same time.
No, of
on
course
different planets.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's
someone
what I mean.
has to.
So like if you found another planet, you might find one that's like 1,000 years ahead of where we are, like technology wise, and you've got like flying cars and all that kind of thing, and like people are floating around and stuff. Or it could be the opposite, where they're still like bashing each other. No, they'd probably go a bit quicker than.
Like, can you imagine finding another planet where they're only like 10 years behind, and then you get there and like
you're the genius.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Ledge.
It's like Planet of the Apes, right?
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, apart from when he gets to the Washington Monument and there's just like a load of ape cops and everything with him. He's like, oh, I've gone too far back.
Yeah, I wanted to see the playoff from that one.
I think those films did get a little bit out of hand.
We'll get it away. I think it was the apes were dressed as police officers.
That could have been it. I love the bit when, like, obviously the first time he speaks, and like, imagine that, like, you're not expecting it at all.
The new one with.
No. This was probably the first one when Caesar came.
Yeah, I'm classing those as new.
Oh, you're talking about the old ones.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
The
No,
very first
Yeah,
one.
when he gets
remake.
When he
Yeah,
gets
the
back
remake.
there and he suddenly sees like Abraham Lincoln, but it's an ape Abraham
Yeah.
Lincoln. Like they're the good ones.
Oh, the old ones.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen
The
those.
plasticine faces.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I've seen
It's
those.
like, I love you, human. Rubber face masks and everything they were wearing. They were sick films.
No, but like imagine like if we've got a dog. Imagine the dog just turns around one day and like, because obviously Caesar just looks him in the face, doesn't he? He just goes, no.
Imagine your dog
like,
doing that.
Go
tiny little
like
thing.
go out for a wee and just like we've had him 10 years and just randomly just turns around and he's like, no.
He would be that high pitched. Like,
Yeah.
No.
Just out of nowhere. You're like, yeah, okay, that happened. So I mean, it's weird.
Civilizations.
Yeah, I think it's 100%.
I'd invest in Bitcoin.
What,
I'd
like
do that.
ahead of time?
Yeah.
What if so you're a caveman, so you're going to invest like your pebbles,
Electric.
Electric pebbles.
electric pebbles,
Electric pebbles.
e-pebbles,
E-pebbles. E-rock.
That's an idea.
e-club.
E-club.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because like obviously the way that our Earth is as well, like you've kind of developed it the way our Earth would, but others might, like cars might be completely different. Like because I think
it wouldn't even be comprehensible.
no, because I think you'd get to similar ideas. Like obviously you would need a way to transport yourselves. Like you'd need a way to get around that's quicker than using your feet, kind of thing. So you'd develop something, but like
Horseback.
right. But we did that, and then we were like, hang on a minute, there's probably something quicker than this.
Bicycles.
Keep going.
I don't know. That's where it ends,
I'm out.
right?
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like you could get like some others might not have understood or got to the point where they understand the science to take it any further, and then it's.
What's interesting as well is talking about that the idea of like when you were talking about what levels that people was technologically at.
Evolution.
Yeah, it's a kind of evolution, but there's a big thing which is like ideologies and how like thoughts change. Like there's the revolutionary thought period and stuff.
Consciousness.
Yeah, and it was like the certain like ideas of thinking. Like it's amazing how important realistically ideas are and how they change the world. And it's a really odd way to think of that. Literally an idea will change everything. Like, I never really quite understood that until like a few years ago, that just an idea that one person might have right now around the world, if that is expressed in the right way, suddenly changes the whole way it looks. Like, there was like the exploration time where the Americas was discovered, and it's just this ideas, and it's insane.
Yeah.
But it ties in with that idea about like what suddenly changes next. And that's just what it is. And when you look at everything in life, there is nothing but ideas. It's just, oh, that was an idea of something made, they went out and did it. It's just human beings' ideas, and I think that's kind of crazy. Especially if you like walk through London, you look at just the architecture, just buildings, and you look at buildings, and you think, wow, this is someone's thought about it.
Yeah, and we've got bored of just building like rectangular buildings now as well, haven't we? Like you literally there's one literally right next to my office that is built like a slanted staircase, and it's like, why? Like it doesn't need to be that way, does it? But it's just like, and it's round, but it like slants, each level goes slightly further over on the other one, and it's like, you didn't need to, like, you're flexing now, aren't you? Like, you didn't need to do that, but it's kind of yeah, like it's just kind of like because we can. And you've got things like the Gherkin and like the new microphone type. I think it's like people refer to it as a walkie-talkie building, the one with the Sky Garden at the top and stuff like that. Like, and then you've got all the kind of buildings that they're building in like Abu Dhabi and that kind of thing. And
they've got mad money, like places like Dubai and everything. The construction going on out there is mad.
But that's why
have you been?
I've not been, but I've got a few friends who are out there, and they're saying it's insane, and they took a load of videos and stuff.
It's actually quite crazy over there because you've got like really nice, expensive buildings, and then you'll go like the next building along is just half done. It's just like someone's run out of money, just left.
Oh, really?
And there is loads of that there.
Really?
Yeah.
So they kind of get these
nice building, shithole, half done, shithole,
half done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because it was literally, that place has kind of built itself out of nowhere, isn't it? Like
just a watering hole in the ground, and they were like, just throw cash at it.
Yeah, and now
I'm sure there's some oil that helped.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Good point. Where did we get to on the lost civilization thing? How did we feel about that? Was it because we never really came to a conclusion?
Oh, are we supposed to solve it?
No. Yeah, like we need to like figure that out.
Oh,
like
I think we need another section. At least.
No, but I just think it's like, I don't know, the pyramids thing really confused me when I watched that, like as to kind of trying to understand how you would even get to that like final construction. Like
what's to say?
Way before.
They said, didn't they, that the idea that it was they've proven now it wasn't slaves. And but rather than it being anything else, they said it was artisans. Like every single person who was part of it was someone who was very keen and wanted to make that,
and it's not
to make it.
Yeah, and it's not possible that it was done by people who were being forced to work.
No.
Well, it was actually older than what they think it is. Like, because even the Sphinx gives proof of that when they resurrected the Sphinx and they looked underneath.
Carbon dating or like
they were saying that it used to be a river right next to it. And if you actually look, there's chambers underneath the pyramid where the water actually used to flush in, and it kind of used to create this hydronic pump, which would create a lot of pressure into the limestone or whatever stones are made out of the pyramid.
That's the thing, like the whole thing is just so like perfect,
that
it's not, when you think like if you look at other things that are built in history and stuff like that, and it's just not, it just doesn't seem fathomable to get to that. I don't know, because I can't think of many other things that kind of still stand or are at the point where, you know, it makes you question sort of humanity in general. But the pyramids is something that as soon as I looked at it, I was like, that's crazy.
I think there's quite a lot of modern structures though that do still have that sort of effect. You look at like the Angel of the North and things, and even something as simple as like, well, not simple, but you look at something like Stonehenge.
But you
go and check that out.
But someone stuck some stones in the ground. It's slightly different.
I think it's the location. It's definitely location of all them places, like obviously the ancient ones. We're not talking about the new places. Yeah. Or even saying that some of the new places, like you look in America especially, like some of the architecture, if you look from space, it kind of represents something different, like masonry.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's the wonders of the world, isn't it? Because the pyramids is one of them, and then you've got I always forget the name of it. Is it Machu Picchu?
Machu Picchu.
And then what's the name of the temple?
Like gardens or something, isn't there?
The palace in India. I'm really struggling here. That's the one.
It.
Wow.
I like how you're just looking at me then.
I know, it's just like, help, please. This is being filmed live and it's unedited and I don't know the answer. But yeah, I think it's mental, like all that kind of thing. Like, and I don't know. Like nobody has an answer for it. I don't.
Well, they have an answer for Taj Mahal.
Didn't he build that and then like die immediately?
He built it for his fiancée.
Yeah, and then I'm sure he died, didn't he?
Well, I think he did die at some point. Pretty
He's
sure
still living there.
Yeah.
Us.
He's in there somewhere.
Us.
In the dome, chilling.
Interesting.
So,
isn't it?
It is.
Well, that's that. Draws that to a close.
Yes. We've solved the lost civilizations.
Well, I mean, we could probably spend
name about 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, we might need another 15-20 minutes to figure it out properly.
But
so I think we're going to do Two Truths and a Lie.
Yes.
Which is something that we were introduced to as a part of our football team. So you've not, because you're an offensive.
So anyone
I've
who
not
does,
witnessed it either because I've not been at training.
Funny that.
Anyone who doesn't know Two Truths and a Lie.
You tell two truths and one lie.
Yeah. All right,
Simple.
Go on, explain it in more detail.
So, Mitchell here, our guest, will sit down and he'll tell us one story. Maybe that's a truth, maybe it's a lie, who knows? He'll tell us a second story, maybe it's a truth, maybe it's a lie, who knows? And he'll tell us a third story, maybe it's a truth, maybe it's a lie.
You pain me.
Three
So
stories.
two
Three
truths.
stories.
Yeah, two of them are true and one's a lie.
But we don't know which one's two, which one's a
You're
lie.
gonna pick them apart, right?
You're hurting my soul.
Oh my god.
Right.
And we have to decipher it and find out and
So tell us-
investigate and detective.
Tell us 3 stories about your life.
So once I was in China, and I was only a young kid, and basically I got mistaken with one of these school kids, and I lost my mum and dad in this supermarket. And as they was taking me through, they almost took me to the bus before my mum and dad came out. So basically I could have almost been sold off for like child labour in China.
Wow.
Wait, hold
pretty
on.
much.
So you've gone from being a school child to going onto a school bus to then being...
Well, no, I was with my mum and dad.
What kind of schools are it?
I was with my mum and dad, but what I was wearing was similar because obviously their uniform isn't always strict. When they go out, they have to wear what they work.
Right.
And so basically, we was in the supermarket, lost my mum and dad trying to get something. I think
Yeah.
it was like a loaf of bread or something.
Yeah.
And then as they was coming out to the school bus, there was a group waiting for their bus.
Yeah.
And the teacher dragged me off, bearing in mind I'm only young.
Yeah.
Started pulling me on, thinking I was one of the kids, and
Yeah.
trying to stick me on the bus.
Yeah, but I don't understand where you would have gone to school. You wouldn't have been a human child trafficked.
Yeah, where did the trafficking come from?
Yeah.
Oh, that was just my deception right now.
Oh, okay,
obviously,
you were
obviously, no,
terrified.
that bit I was.
Oh,
Right, okay. Okay,
Right.
number
I was
2.
like, what kind of weird school is that? Let's send our children here, darling. Why?
No, you
Okay,
never
so that's
know.
one.
The second, I was quite young. Worked as my first job as a waiter.
Yeah.
I used to get tips up to about 600 Turkish lira, and our main customers was a lot of people from this hotel down the road. So basically, they were all English people. Used to come down and expect. It was a traditional Turkish restaurant. They used to expect, like, obviously, to see a Turkish boy, and here comes me, an old Essex lad, spiked hair, glasses on, trying to serve them. So yeah, it was a bit unexpected for them.
Okay.
Okay.
And 3.
And the third one,
Go on, have a sip.
Oh, this is the lie.
Is the Sainsbury's car park one coming up?
no,
You're the worst.
Oh,
you are, aren't
sorry.
no, it does involve a car park though.
Ooh.
you? Okay. Dangerous.
Basically, after a night out, not really remembering much, woke up in a random car and ended up getting arrested. I didn't have the keys to this car.
Mitchell.
Yeah, I didn't have nothing for it.
So they found you in a car.
I don't know how I ended up in this car, right? I had no keys for it. Ended up in this random car, woke up, come into blacked out drunk.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, how am I going to get home? I didn't have my phone on me. I only had my car, my keys, my wallet. Sorry, not the keys for the car. It was a random car. Asked me how I got in. I don't know. It was unlocked. So all of a sudden, this police car turned up. I'm like, right, yeah, please, they help. Obviously, didn't have the keys to his car. Went over to him and was like, I've blacked out, woke up in the car. And they're like, right, is it yours? Nope. Put me in cuffs, sat me in the back of the car.
Shit. Right.
Okay.
So do we have to work out?
Well, yeah, I think we're going to have to have a little question.
Yeah.
Do you want me to start this? Because I know one of them stories. Oh.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I think the second one's definitely true.
What, the Essex waiter
Yeah.
coming along? I just can't imagine with spiked hair.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Highlights, glasses.
See, I've seen you in pictures with glasses, and like I'm normally quite shocked by it. So
You
I
wear,
reckon
like-
that could be like
Yeah, you wear
React
like
to light.
fashion glasses, didn't
Fashion
you? Like
glasses.
John Lennon glasses and shit.
Well, no, I actually got one because I used to do that.
Hey, I get called that too sometimes. Don't worry, friend. You're not alone.
Oh, what were your glasses?
Yeah.
What
I think it's the
what car
hairdo.
was it you were in? What type of car was it? Don't say one with 4 wheels. I mean, what manufacturer, what model?
Did it have
Oh,
4
the car I
wheels?
was
What,
in.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
earth are we
For what
on?
story?
The last one.
Last one. So it was like do you know what? It was actually, I think it was my ex's, like, looked the same as my ex's car. So I must have thought it was her car.
See, I don't know
So
what
it's
your
like
ex's car is. So
So go
fuck
on.
me.
It's oh, you're gonna put a test on me now? Test. Peugeot. I think small purr.
I don't
It's
think
a
she's
small,
gonna care, mate,
a
if you
small
don't know.
one, a
Or
small
you
one.
direct for a reason.
It's a small car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
2-door.
Okay. So it's not some like.
I think it's very possible that you could have been swept up in China as well. So, I think the car story is the lie.
I don't know.
That's what I'm going with.
How did you not get arrested? Like, obviously you got arrested, but like,
What happened after?
yeah, what happened after?
So I think they'd done their checks. They rung up whose car it was.
Yeah.
And I blagged it. And I was saying,
Why though? It's not your car. Well, you didn't need to blag it.
Panicked after the car.
exactly, because I was like, shit, I'm gonna get arrested here because obviously I had no ID on me, and
Apart from your wallet and your keys. Oh, there's a lot of holes in the story, isn't there?
Okay.
Yeah, go on, continue.
So no, then there was like,
You can carry the story on if you want, Mitch, but I feel like you could be wasting your time at this point.
So have you got?
I think the third one is the lie.
No, I think the first one's a lie. I think that the child kidnapping story is a lie.
I think the first one's a lie as well.
Yeah, please.
Second
Otherwise,
one's a lie.
Oh, there's a drum roll.
Second one's a lie, isn't it?
first one.
The first one's a lie.
I knew about the last one already.
Well,
no high five for you.
the trouble is, the third one, you told such a shit story that I just thought you were making it up as you went along. You're just kind of like, and then there was a car, and then I was in it, and then I didn't have keys, and then I got arrested.
In fairness, though, that is literally how you told it to me before.
So maybe you
It
were
was
just
literally, I was just sitting there listening to us like.
maybe you were just that
Switched off halfway
smashed
through.
that you
How
don't.
did you ever find out how you got into the car?
No, well, basically, I went with Faces with my mates, and one of my mates actually drove, so I had a lift there and back. And I think they said that they had like a couple other people in the car that went going to McDonald's.
Yeah. So
So
get in that
me-
Peugeot, Mitch.
yeah.
I'll see you in a sec.
No, this wasn't even McDonald's.
Just climb in the window of this car quick.
So they basically went to McDonald's to go through the drive-through.
Mm.
They let me and this other person out because they couldn't go through because it's too compact because it was all like six people in this 4-seater car.
Yeah.
So then they went back to the McDonald's and obviously they couldn't find me. When they come through the drive-through, the bird said that they was there. It was like, oh, he went off somewhere because she went to the toilet. So they went in and asked to see the CCTV. Get the CCTV. This bird's gone to the toilet. 2 minutes later, I look left, I look right.
And you get taken away by a small Chinese family and go to a school.
It's human trafficked, never to be seen again.
No, I literally I walked down the road and that was it. I blacked out. And I just
Wow.
woke up in a random car. I had no keys for it. So sorry if she watches this.
That would piss me off for the rest of my life. I'd be sitting on the toilet one day and be like, how the fuck did I do that? That's really winding me up.
Oh, it's not very